What if the very thing you've been taking to stay healthy is actually making you sick? Think about that for a second. You've been doing your best following advice, reading labels, trusting what the world says is good for you. But what if beneath that trust, there's a quiet threat growing stronger every day? Not from bad habits or poor choices, but from something you thought was helping. That's the kind of truth nobody wants to believe, especially when it's about something as common and accepted as vitamins. We live in a world where aging is painted as a slow surrender. People tell you to expect less energy, weaker bones, foggy memory. And you, like millions, reach for solutions. You do what feels right. You take those vitamins, those pills lined up like armor against time. You believe they're giving you strength. But behind that belief, something dangerous can begin to take shape. Not in an instant, not with drama, but with quiet, unnoticed damage that builds day after day, year after year, until one day you feel weaker than ever, and no one can explain why. This isn't about fear. It's about awareness. It's about asking the hard questions that most people avoid. Because after 60, everything changes. Your body responds differently. What once helped may now harm. What once healed may now hurt. But no one tells you that. Instead, you're handed bottles with promises in fine print, and you're expected to figure it all out on your own. That's not fair, and it's not right. You deserve better. You deserve the truth, laid out simply and clearly without confusion, without pressure. There are vitamins that seniors should never take after 60. Not because vitamins are bad, but because your body at this stage has different needs, different limits, different risks. Some vitamins build up over time and reach toxic levels. Others interfere with medications or weaken bones. And still others, taken in the wrong form or quantity, may do the exact opposite of what you intended. But the real tragedy isn't just the harm, it's that most people never know. They keep taking the same pills out of habit, out of fear, or out of blind trust. But you're not like most people. You're here because something inside you wants to do more than survive, you want to thrive. You want to protect your mind, your body, your future. And you can. This isn't about giving up. It's about waking up. And when you do, the power you gain is real. The choices you make today can protect your strength, your clarity, your independence for years to come. Stay with this video until the end, because the truth we're about to uncover could be the turning point you've been searching for. It's not too late. You're not too old. And you're definitely not powerless. The future is still yours to shape one informed decision at a time. Let's begin that journey now. You've already taken the first courageous step, questioning what you've been told. That takes strength. Most people never do it. They keep following routines they don't understand, hoping for the best, ignoring the signs when something feels off. But not you. You're choosing clarity over convenience. That decision alone sets you apart. It means you're ready to protect your body, not just patch it. It means you're willing to take responsibility for your health with eyes wide open. And that's the mindset that changes lives. There's a powerful trust we place in the things we think are good for us. Vitamins especially wear the disguise of health. The bottles look clean. The promises sound reassuring. Essential for energy. Supports bone strength. Good for your heart. You see these phrases and feel a sense of safety. You believe you're doing the right thing, and that belief, that trust, runs deep. But trust without truth can be dangerous. And when the world is shouting more is better, you've got to find the courage to listen to your own body, your own instincts, and the facts that often get buried under marketing. After 60, your body becomes more sensitive, not weaker, just different. It processes nutrients more slowly. Your liver works harder. Your kidneys filter more cautiously. What you absorb, how you absorb it, and how long it stays in your system, it all changes. And yet, so many seniors are still taking the same doses they took in their 40s. They think they're maintaining health, when in reality, they could be overwhelming their system. That's the hidden trap. You're doing what you've been told is right. Without being told it may no longer be right for you. The truth is, many supplements are built for profit, not for people. They're designed to look powerful, to seem necessary, to promise results, but they rarely consider the unique needs of someone over 60. And they almost never warn you when something might be too much. That's why you need to take the power back into your hands. Not by throwing everything away, but by learning what truly serves your health and what silently erodes it. That knowledge is freedom. It's protection. And it's a form of self-respect. You're not fragile. You're not broken. But your body deserves precision. It deserves attention. And above all, it deserves honesty. You've lived too long, experienced too much, fought through too many storms to be misled by empty promises. Every pill you take should honor your journey, not jeopardize it. You've earned the right to know what's safe, what's harmful, and what truly supports the vibrant life you still have ahead of you. This isn't just about health. It's about dignity. It's about protecting the only body you've ever had. And when you do that with full awareness, you send a powerful message to yourself and the world. You are still in charge. Your choices matter. And your life is still yours to shape, strong, sharp, and full of purpose. Every decade of life brings a new level of wisdom, but it also demands a new level of awareness. After 60, your body is no longer just reacting to today. It's responding to everything you've ever given it. Every food, every habit, every supplement. That's why choices matter more now than ever before. Your body has been through years of healing, of fighting, of adapting. And now it's asking for care with greater sensitivity. It's not weakness. It's refinement. But the danger is this: the world still treats you like your needs haven't changed. You've been conditioned to believe that if a little of something is good, more must be better. That idea is not just wrong, it's dangerous. Especially with vitamins. Especially after 60. Because your body isn't just about absorption anymore, it's about balance. And when balance is lost, the damage creeps in silently. Not with loud alarms, but with quiet shifts. A little less energy, a little more pain, a little more confusion. And it's easy to chalk it up to aging. But sometimes it's not age. Sometimes it's overload. Take a moment to imagine the power of precision. Not random pills based on guesswork, not outdated routines built on habit, but intentional decisions made with clarity, made with care. That's what your body craves now: fewer assumptions, more understanding. Because when you know what your body truly needs and what it doesn't, you give yourself the gift of protection. You give yourself strength, not from supplements alone, but from wisdom and restraint. Every pill you swallow is a message to your body. It either says, I support you, or I'm overwhelming you. And when you cross 60, your body's margin for error narrows. That's not a reason to fear. It's a reason to focus, to become sharper, more deliberate, to treat your health not as a routine, but as a sacred trust. You wouldn't flood a delicate system with things it doesn't need. You wouldn't overload a circuit already carrying a heavy current. Your body deserves the same respect now more than ever. It's time to move away from blind consumption. You're not here to follow the crowd. You're here to lead your life with awareness. Not because it's easy, but because you're strong enough to do what most people won't. You're strong enough to question, to pause, to make new choices based on truth, not trends. That's not just health, that's transformation. You are not aging helplessly. You are aging powerfully. And when you tune into your body's changing needs, you rise above the noise. You break free from the myths. You protect your future with purpose. That's what this moment is about. It's not about doing more. It's about doing right, with knowledge, with intention, with the courage to say, my health is my responsibility, and I will never hand it over blindly again. There is a moment in life when you stop chasing more and start seeking what's right. That moment is power. It's not about adding, it's about aligning. At this stage, your body speaks more clearly than ever before. Every reaction, every discomfort, every subtle signal, it's your system asking for attention, for accuracy, for care. And when you respond with intention, you're not just surviving the years ahead, you're mastering them. You begin to live with awareness instead of assumption. That shift is the difference between decline and vitality. When people talk about health, they often talk about doing. More vitamins, more exercise, more routines, but few talk about undoing, removing the unnecessary, the harmful, the outdated. Yet this is where real strength lies, in the courage to let go of what no longer serves you, in the discipline to subtract before you add. That mindset takes confidence. It takes honesty. It takes the humility to admit that even well-meaning habits can become harmful when they go unexamined. But when you embrace that truth, you create space for healing, for clarity, for real health. This stage of life is not a countdown. It's a breakthrough. But it demands a different kind of effort. Not effort fueled by fear, but effort rooted in wisdom. You've earned that wisdom. You've lived it. Now it's time to trust it. To listen more closely to your body than to labels. To look beyond the shine of a supplement bottle and ask, does this support me or does it sabotage me? That question, simple as it is, has the power to protect everything you've built. Your energy, your mind, your independence. You don't need more noise. You need clarity. You don't need more guesses. You need guidance. Your health is not a puzzle to solve with random pieces. It's a design that demands intention. And every choice you make from this moment forward reinforces that design. You become the architect of your longevity, the protector of your own future. And the strength that comes from that is deeper than muscle. It's the strength of conviction, of ownership, of living life on your terms without compromise. This is your time to step back from what the world pushes and step into what your body truly needs. Not based on fear of aging, but respect for it. Aging is not the enemy, it's the teacher. And the lesson is clear. You are still responsible, still capable, still in control. Even one shift, one decision to stop taking something that silently harms can spark a wave of renewal you didn't think was possible. That's how change begins. Not loud, but lasting. Not fast, but freeing. So choose to be awake. Choose to lead your health, not follow blindly. Choose to strip away the noise and get to the truth. Your body is asking for that. Your future is waiting on it. And your strength, the real kind, is already inside you, ready to rise. You've carried the weight of many roles in your life: provider, caregiver, builder, warrior. And now, you've reached a point where the greatest act of strength is no longer about carrying more, but releasing what no longer belongs. Health isn't just about what you add, it's about what you stop allowing. Because when your body reaches a new phase, it's no longer asking you to power through, it's asking you to protect. And protection requires precision. It requires you to question the things you've trusted for years and ask yourself a powerful question. Is this still serving me? The truth is, not every vitamin belongs in your system forever. Some were useful once, some were helpful then, but time changes everything. And what once healed may now harm. Not because you're weaker, but because your body has shifted into a state where balance matters more than quantity. A state where too much of the wrong thing can quietly erode your well-being. That kind of harm doesn't announce itself loudly. It creeps in silently. Through fatigue that lingers, through discomfort that seems minor, through systems that slowly lose their edge. It doesn't feel like danger until it's already rooted. This is why awareness must rise above routine. You're no longer the person who simply follows what's printed on a bottle. You're wiser than that. You've lived too long to hand your health over to outdated advice. And right now, your body is calling for less noise and more truth. It's asking you to listen, to trust the instincts that have carried you this far, to honor the signals you once ignored, to take control in a way you never have before. Because now, control means clarity. It means filtering out the false comfort of empty promises and standing in the power of what is real. That's not fear. That's responsibility. That's self-respect. You don't need fear to guide your decisions. You need truth. And the truth is, the wrong supplements, taken at the wrong time, can become toxins disguised as help. That's not your fault. But now it becomes your choice. To stay asleep in the comfort of habit, or to wake up to a deeper form of health, one built on understanding, not repetition. The moment you choose the latter, you begin to lead your body into a future that is strong, clear, and fully alive. This isn't about becoming obsessed with every detail. It's about becoming intentional with every decision. It's about standing at the crossroads of your health and saying, I choose only what aligns with my future. That mindset doesn't just extend life, it improves it. It gives you energy not just to exist, but to thrive. And that is what you deserve. Not uncertainty, not risk hidden in routine. You deserve to move forward with knowledge, with power, and with the unshakable confidence that your health is in your hands and your hands are steady. Your body is no longer asking you to fight harder. It's asking you to listen deeper, to respond with precision, not pressure, to shift from reaction to reflection. This is not the time to do more just for the sake of doing. It's the time to do what truly matters. Every cell in your body is speaking to you. It's asking for alignment, not excess, for balance, not overload. The things you once took for granted can no longer be treated casually. They must be understood, respected, and recalibrated to match who you've become, not who you were. You are not here to chase health like a desperate race. You are here to cultivate it, to nurture it, to protect it with clarity and care. That starts by recognizing that certain habits, even well-meaning ones, lose their value as you evolve. They can become blind spots, comfortable routines that slowly turn into risks, and nothing accelerates that risk more than taking substances your body no longer welcomes. Supplements designed for earlier stages of life often assume the body operates the same way at every age. But your body is not static, it's intelligent. It adapts, it adjusts, and it asks for something different now. When you ignore that shift, you invite imbalance. You allow the very tools meant to support you to become silent disruptors, and that disruption doesn't always scream. Sometimes it shows up as foggy thinking, as nagging aches, as a quiet sense of unease. But these are not signs to ignore. They are not signs of aging, they are signs of misalignment. And your power lies in noticing them early, in trusting them, in responding not with fear, but with informed action. There is no strength in stubbornness. There is no wisdom in holding on to what no longer serves you. True strength is the ability to change, to evolve, to release what is familiar and reach for what is right. That shift isn't easy, but it's liberating. It frees you from the false security of routine and places you in the truth of awareness. That truth is sharper, it's clearer, and it demands more of you, not more effort, but more presence, more thought, more care. You are no longer in a season where you can afford to act without thinking. Your health now depends on the quality of your choices, not the quantity of your efforts. One wrong supplement can throw off your rhythm. One right decision can bring it back. That is the power of choice. That is the weight of awareness. But it's not a burden, it's a gift. Because with that awareness comes control, and with control comes peace. The peace of knowing that you are not at the mercy of age, of noise, or of outdated advice. You are in command. And when you lead from that place, every part of your life begins to rise. Not by chance, but by choice. The longer you live, the clearer it becomes. Real health is not built on noise, but on knowing. Not on doing what everyone else does, but on understanding what your body is truly asking for. And sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is question what you've always believed. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. It takes strength to challenge routine. It takes maturity to say no to something that once seemed helpful. Because what protects you now is no longer found in what's popular, it's found in what's personal, in what truly aligns with the stage you're in today. There comes a point when the most dangerous threats are the ones dressed in promises, the ones that sound right, look safe, but quietly work against you. And the reason they're dangerous is simple: they slip by unnoticed. They blend into habit. They hide behind the belief that more is better. But now you know that more can also mean more imbalance, more stress, more risk. You've stepped into a season of life where everything must be filtered through truth. And truth doesn't shout, it whispers. It speaks through how you feel in the morning, through how your body responds at night, through what your mind can no longer ignore. That whisper becomes louder the moment you choose to hear it. The moment you stop filling your system with substances that no longer serve your biology. What once supported your energy may now drain it. What once strengthened your body may now silently strain it. And unless you make the choice to reevaluate, you allow that strain to build. You allow the decline to continue unchecked. But you don't have to, because you hold the power to intervene, to redirect, to reclaim authority over what enters your body and what stays out. This is not about being afraid. It's about being aware. It's about rising above the fog of familiarity and standing clear in your decision to protect your health at all costs. When you do that, you stop waiting for symptoms to appear before you act. You start preventing instead of reacting. You start leading your health instead of following trends. And in that shift, you take back something that many people lose with age control. But you're not most people. You are awake. You are responsible. You are fully engaged in the most important project of your life, your own well-being. That decision sets the tone for everything else: how you move, how you think, how you show up for the people you love. Because the clearer your body becomes, the stronger your presence grows. The deeper your awareness, the higher your energy. And when your choices are made from a place of alignment, there is no confusion, no chaos, only clarity. And that clarity becomes your compass. You no longer guess. You no longer follow blindly. You lead confidently. This is your edge now. Not found in a bottle, but found in your ability to choose with purpose and live with power. When clarity becomes your compass, confusion loses its grip. You no longer feel pulled in every direction by outside voices or passing opinions. You begin to trust the quiet signals within you. That trust becomes your foundation. It replaces fear with strength, doubt with decisiveness. You stop asking what others are doing and start asking what your body truly needs. That shift is everything. Because in a world flooded with advice, your greatest advantage is your own awareness. Not generic knowledge, but deep personal insight. And that insight only comes when you pause, reflect, and remove what no longer fits. What no longer fits is not just physical. It's mental, emotional, energetic. It's the belief that aging means decline, that slowing down is inevitable, that weakness is the cost of time. But that belief is not truth, it's conditioning. You have the power to unlearn it, to rewrite it, to replace it with a mindset that serves you, fuels you, and frees you. Because the truth is, you are not fading, you are refining. You are not breaking, you are awakening. And what you awaken to is this: your health is not a mystery. It's a message. Every ache, every shift, every subtle change is trying to tell you something. The more you listen, the more you grow. Growth doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing what matters, from cutting through noise and acting with purpose. That purpose becomes clearer when you realize that everything you consume nutritionally, mentally, emotionally either builds you or breaks you. It either supports your system or silently chips away at it. And what's dangerous isn't always loud. It can be disguised as helpful, marketed as necessary. But your wisdom now allows you to look deeper. You don't buy into promises. You evaluate outcomes. You don't reach for what's common. You reach for what's right. And what's right is often simpler than you think. It's not about adding more pills to your routine. It's about subtracting the ones that disrupt your balance, the ones your body can no longer process efficiently, the ones that clash with your current needs. That decision may feel small, but it's massive. It shifts you from passive to active, from confused to conscious, from dependent to empowered. And once you feel that empowerment, you can't go back. Because you've tasted what it's like to be in charge. You've experienced what it means to act in alignment. And that experience rewires your entire approach to health. Now you understand aging is not a problem to solve, but a process to honor. And honoring it means adapting. Being brave enough to question old patterns. Being strong enough to protect your energy. Being wise enough to let go of what your body resists. That's not giving up. That's rising up. Rising into a version of yourself that is clear, centered, and unshakably committed to living with intention. Not just longer, but better. Not just surviving, but thriving. Because you didn't come this far to carry old habits. You came this far to claim a new standard. A new standard begins the moment you decide that your life is no longer defined by what you're told to accept. It begins when you look at the mirror, not with judgment, but with quiet conviction. You know you're still here for a reason. You know your presence still matters. And if that's true, then every choice you make must rise to that truth. No more sleepwalking through routines. No more blind trust in trends. This is your life, and you have earned the right to protect it with unwavering clarity. Not from a place of fear, but from deep, grounded self-respect. You don't need more reminders of what could go wrong. You need the steady, empowering awareness of what can go right if you take the reins back. If you stop waiting for external permission to make powerful internal changes. That's where it all starts. Not with some dramatic overhaul, but with one honest question. Is this serving me, or is this slowly weakening me? When you answer that question with courage, you start releasing what doesn't belong. And every release is a declaration. A declaration that your time is valuable, your energy is sacred, and your health is not up for compromise. No matter how long something has been part of your routine, you have the right to question it. You have the right to choose differently. Especially now. Especially when the stakes are higher. Your body is wiser, more sensitive, more responsive, and it's speaking to you every single day. The question is, are you listening? Are you honoring the signs? Or are you ignoring the quiet fatigue, the subtle tension, the feeling that something's just off? That off feeling isn't random. It's not just age, it's information. And it's asking you to act. Action doesn't always mean adding something new. Sometimes the most powerful move you can make is to stop, to cut off the unnecessary, to create space for your body to breathe, recover, and realign. This isn't about doing more, it's about doing what's right. Precision over pressure, simplicity over chaos, wisdom over noise. Because when you act with wisdom, you stop chasing health like it's out there somewhere. You start cultivating it from the inside out, not through shortcuts, but through alignment, not through gimmicks, but through truth. And that truth is simple. Your body is on your side. Always has been. It's been adapting, defending, healing quietly, constantly waiting for you to work with it, not against it. When you remove what's causing harm, even if it's subtle, your body doesn't hesitate. It begins to reset, to rebalance, to thank you in the only way it knows how, with strength, clarity, and resilience. That is the reward of intentional living. That is the power of choosing with awareness. You're not just extending your years, you're expanding their quality. You're giving yourself the gift of presence, of vitality, of peace. Not someday, but now. And that choice changes everything. There is a profound strength that emerges when you begin to see your body not as an enemy to fight, but as a partner to honor. This partnership requires respect, a respect that asks you to listen deeply, to trust what you feel beneath the surface. It is easy to dismiss subtle warning signs, to chalk them up to just getting older. But each signal carries weight. Each sensation holds a message. And when you choose to honor these messages, you reclaim control over your health in a way that no pill or quick fix ever could. This respect for your body becomes an act of love, a radical commitment to yourself that ripples through every part of your life. You've carried yourself through decades of challenges, victories, and quiet moments of resilience. Your body has done the same. Now, it's time to shift from simply enduring to consciously thriving. The difference is monumental. Thriving demands that you refuse to accept harm disguised as help. It demands courage to question what you once trusted blindly. It demands wisdom to say no to what no longer serves you. And that refusal is not a limitation, it is liberation. It frees you from the invisible chains of routine, opening the door to clarity, vitality, and peace. Every choice you make echoes in your body. When you choose well, you fuel your cells with clarity and strength. When you choose poorly, even unintentionally, you drain your energy, cloud your mind, and dim your spirit. Understanding this is transformative. It rewires your relationship with health from a passive hope to an active responsibility. And responsibility is power. It means you no longer wait for problems to appear before you act. You become proactive, intentional, fiercely protective of your well-being. This proactive stance redefines what it means to age. Aging is no longer a slow surrender, it is a steady rise. A rise that happens because you honor what your body needs, not what you wish it could do. Because the truth is, denying your body's new reality does not slow time, it accelerates decline. But embracing that reality with honesty, respect, and deliberate action invites healing, restoration, and strength. This is the new strength, the strength of alignment, not resistance. You do not need to feel trapped by confusion or overwhelmed by conflicting advice. Within you lies the clarity to make wise decisions. You have the capacity to filter out noise and focus on what matters most: your health, your energy, your life. When you embrace this clarity, every decision becomes an act of self-respect. Every boundary you set, every habit you change is a step toward reclaiming your vitality. And that reclamation is nothing short of revolutionary. It is revolutionary because it defies the expectation that aging means giving up. Instead, it shows that aging is a chance to refine, to elevate, and to live with more purpose than ever before. When you hold this truth, your actions take on new meaning. Your choices are no longer random or reactive. They are purposeful and powerful. This is your moment to stand fully in your power and rewrite the story of your health. Not by adding more confusion, but by choosing less toxicity, less noise, less distraction, and more wisdom, clarity, and care. That is the path forward, and it begins now. The power to change how you feel each day lies not in grand gestures, but in the steady choices you make, choices that ripple outward, transforming your body, mind, and spirit. It is easy to forget how much control you truly have when life feels unpredictable and your health seems fragile. Yet, every decision to listen to your body, to honor its limits, and to protect it from harm is a declaration of your worth. You are not defined by age or circumstance. You are defined by the strength of your will to care for yourself with fierce compassion and unwavering commitment. Imagine a life where your energy is no longer sapped by confusion or poor choices, where your mind feels clear and sharp because you've stopped giving space to things that weigh you down. This is not a distant dream, but a reachable reality. It begins with understanding that not all vitamins or supplements are created equal, especially after 60. Some can unknowingly disrupt your body's balance, causing more harm than good. The courage to say no to these harmful substances is the courage to reclaim your health from the shadows of doubt and misinformation. The real transformation happens when you stop chasing quick fixes and start cultivating true well-being. This shift demands honesty, the kind that pierces through denial and excuses. It demands bravery, the kind that lets you stand firm even when it feels easier to conform. You are more than capable of this. You have already faced challenges in your life that required strength and resolve. Now apply that same energy to protect your most precious asset, your body. With each deliberate choice, you build a fortress of wellness around yourself. You become less vulnerable to the silent threats that can creep into your health unnoticed. This fortress is built on knowledge, yes, but also on self-awareness and respect. It is a sanctuary where your body can heal, rejuvenate, and thrive because you no longer allow anything toxic to enter unchallenged. Your boundaries are clear, and your commitment is unshakable. This commitment will not only preserve your health, but also ignite a deeper sense of confidence and freedom. When you control what goes into your body, you take back control of your life. You begin to move through each day with a renewed sense of purpose and possibility. The fears that once held you captive begin to loosen their grip. Instead of feeling fragile, you feel empowered. Instead of fearing decline, you feel prepared. Remember, this journey is yours alone, and it starts now. It doesn't require perfection, just persistence. Each small act of wisdom compounds over time. Each moment of self-care becomes a building block for a stronger, healthier future. Your body is not a burden, but a vessel of strength that deserves your highest respect. As you continue forward, hold on to this truth tightly. You are not aging into weakness. You are rising into your greatest power yet. Your health is your gift to yourself, and protecting it is the greatest act of love you can give. To honor your body is to honor your life. Every cell, every breath, every heartbeat calls for your attention, not out of fear, but out of profound respect for the miracle that is you. The decisions you make today are the foundation of your tomorrow. You are not powerless against the passage of time. You are empowered by your willingness to choose wisely, to protect what truly matters, and to shed what no longer serves your highest good. This is not about restriction or loss. It is about liberation, the freedom that comes from aligning your choices with your deepest values and your body's authentic needs. You have already faced enough uncertainty. Now is the moment to step into clarity. This clarity begins when you recognize that some vitamins, though marketed as essential, can actually disrupt your balance after 60. The risks are real interactions with medications. Overload of certain nutrients and strain on vital organs can quietly undermine your vitality. A vitamin taken without awareness can become a silent saboteur. But awareness is your shield and knowledge your sword. With these tools, you carve out a path of health and resilience. Trusting your body means listening beyond what feels comfortable or familiar. It means questioning assumptions and embracing science-backed wisdom. It means understanding that more is not always better, that the right amount, the right timing, and the right choices create harmony instead of harm. When you begin to see vitamins not as automatic crutches but as carefully chosen allies, you gain power over your health narrative. This power is transformative because it shifts you from a passive receiver to an active guardian of your well-being. Each choice to avoid harm is a seed planted in fertile ground. As these seeds grow, they build strength, clarity, and balance in your system. You start to notice subtle shifts, deeper sleep, steadier energy, sharper focus, and a calm confidence rooted in knowing you are doing right by your body. These changes are profound because they come from within a reflection of your commitment, your self-respect, and your desire to thrive. The transformation is not superficial. It is a deep renewal of mind and body working in harmony. You deserve to experience this renewal. You deserve to wake each day feeling alive, not weighed down by avoidable burdens. The courage it takes to question and change habits is the same courage that has carried you through life's toughest moments. Let that courage now fuel your journey toward a healthier, clearer, and more vibrant existence. Your health is not a prize won by chance. It is the result of intentional choices made consistently with love and respect. This journey is not about perfection, but progress. It is about embracing the reality of your body's evolving needs and meeting them with grace and wisdom. When you commit to this path, you reclaim your narrative. You become the author of your vitality, the architect of your future. You are no longer at the mercy of misguided advice or well-meaning but harmful habits. Instead, you are the conscious creator of your health, standing strong in the power of informed choice. The path you choose today will ripple through every aspect of your life. It will sharpen your mind, fortify your body, and awaken a sense of peace that comes from knowing you are truly caring for yourself. You are not just surviving, you are flourishing. And this flourishing is the greatest victory of all. Your body is a sacred vessel carrying you through the days and years that shape your story. It deserves your deepest care and attention, especially as time brings changes you cannot ignore. What you put into your body becomes the fuel for every moment, every breath, every thought, every step forward. This fuel must be pure, intentional, and chosen with care. The decision to reject harmful vitamins after 60 is not a limitation, it is an act of self-respect and power. It's a refusal to let confusion or marketing tactics dictate your health and well-being. Imagine the peace that comes from knowing your choices support your body's natural rhythm. This peace is a quiet strength that grows from within, a confidence rooted in clarity and truth. When you stop blindly trusting supplements that may harm rather than heal, you reclaim control. You become the guardian of your own vitality, honoring your body's unique needs with compassion and wisdom. This is not a passive process. It demands awareness and courage, the courage to ask questions, to challenge assumptions, and to listen deeply to what your body tells you. Your body's response to what you take in is immediate and ongoing. When you choose wisely, you reduce unnecessary strain on your organs, prevent dangerous interactions, and nurture balance. This balance is the foundation of vibrant health. It allows your mind to stay sharp, your energy to remain steady, and your spirit to feel unburdened. You deserve to experience this balance every day. You deserve to wake up free from the fog of confusion and fatigue, ready to embrace life with clarity and strength. The temptation to believe more supplements equal better health is powerful. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that piling on pills will fix what feels wrong. But true wellness isn't about quantity, it's about quality and alignment with your body's needs. More can be too much, leading to overload and damage. Recognizing this truth is the first step toward real transformation. It frees you from the cycle of chasing quick fixes and opens the door to sustainable, lasting health. This transformation is also deeply emotional. It calls on you to break free from fear, the fear of missing out on something essential or the fear of decline. Instead, you replace fear with empowerment. You replace uncertainty with informed action. Every choice to avoid harmful vitamins is a choice to protect your future self. It is a promise to nurture yourself with integrity and respect. This promise is powerful. it creates a ripple effect, improving your quality of life far beyond the physical. You have the strength to make these changes. You have the wisdom to recognize what your body truly needs. Trust that inner voice guiding you toward health and clarity. It is your most reliable compass. Listen closely. Honor its message. When you align your actions with this deep knowing, you unlock a new chapter of vitality and freedom. This is your time to shine, not despite your age, but because of the wisdom it brings. Embrace this moment. It is the beginning of your most empowered self.